I'm excited to be opening these boxes that have just arrived. It's a new plant order with 4 new plants to the collection. They are just standard sized plants and a couple of smaller ones. However, they've come in rather large boxes, which I wasn't expecting, so I'm quite intrigued to see what's in the box. So there's this one that arrived, so I thought all the plants were in that one box. But then a second box arrived, which is this incredibly tall, thin box. So off the top of my head, nothing I ordered should be in this box, so I'm really interested to see how they've been packaged and the actual size of the plants. Maybe they're bigger than I was expecting, and I'm quite conscious that we're in the middle of a heat wave at the moment, so if I look like I'm melting on the video, it's probably because I am. This room is very hot, but I also want to get these plants out of the box, get them watered and get them acclimatised to their new home. So there's 2 plants in this box, which means there should be another 2 in the toolbox. So the second box had the 2 plants we were expecting, just some creative packaging. This one is quite a bit bigger than I was expecting, so let's open this one first and see how big the plant is. So the first plant was a lot bigger than I was expecting. Once it was unwrapped, the leaves spread out. So as you can see, if I can get this in the shot, this is a rather large Philodendron Prince of Orange. The wonderful colour, orange colour or bronzy colour as it mixes with the green on these very large leaves. And it's got lots of green, fresh new leaves underneath, as well as some new, really nice red stems and new leaves on the way just here. Very impressed with this for the price that I've paid for it. I've generally seen these, the smallest and the sort of cheapest I've seen it in sort of 12 centimetre pot, should I say, is about 18 to 20 pounds, and that was in a local garden centre. This was just £13.49, so 13.49, which is an amazing price for this, for the size of this plant. It was on offer, I can't remember what it was down from, but regardless of that, a fantastic price to pay for a plant of this size. I just need to make sure that I keep it alive and keep it looking as lush and as full of leaves as this. So have you heard of this variety of Epipremnum? This one was new to me, so the first time I'd heard of it when I saw it, hence why I bought it to add it to the collection, something new, and it's the first time that I'm seeing it. It is an Epipremnum Enjoy Gold. Interesting name, because I don't actually think it looks anything like the Enjoy. It looks a little bit more like a Epipremnum and Epipremnum aureum with the colours, the yellow sort of variegation, but perhaps a little bit more like a Marble Queen with the distribution of the variegation. So rather than white variegation that the Marble Queen has, this has got the yellow golden variegation, but very much marbled across the leaves. If you can see, if I can put it a little bit closer to the camera, hopefully the camera focuses so you can actually see this variegation on the leaves. So some of the leaves it's a little bit more defined, and then others it's more like a mottled effect, very similar to if you've seen a Syngonium mottled or a Pilea mint, things like that, where it looks like it's speckled with variegation. That's what this looks like. So it's really nice to see actually the mix of leaves between the mottled effect and the defined variegation. So intrigued to see how this grows. Not as worried about this as the Philodendron Prince of Orange. All the other pothos and climbers trailers seem to be doing very well, so hopefully this will be just as easy to care for. Looking forward to seeing all the different and unique leaves that come up. Now my final 2 plants are both Aglaonemas. I think I've said that correctly. I've been after these, or at least the colourful ones, for quite a while. It's not that they're particularly hard to come by or even that rare, it's more so the sort of price point that I've been finding them at. As you'll know if you've watched any of my previous videos, I like to get the best possible price that I can find for them, and usually you'll see the Aglaonemas, the colourful ones, sort of around the £18 plus mark, going into the low 20s. So I've been a bit reserved about paying that for the plants, at least in the sort of 12 centimetre pot size. I've had them on the wish list for a while, and then I came across this one, which is an Aglaonema Crete, and it has these wonderful dark green leaves going into a lighter variegation with red around the outside. So if I put this up to the camera just so that you can see the leaves a little bit closer, you can see these newer leaves have got much more prominent red around the outside, and the older leaves this lovely glossy dark green with just this red tinge of outline on the leaf. This was only £13.99, so that was the main reason I bought it, because the price was right. And I've already got a green one with silver or white markings on it, so that's quite easy to look after. That sort of really looks after itself. Very easy to care for plants. I'm hoping that these colourful ones are just as easy to look after. This one's got a lot of new growth coming up on it as well, so there's a new leaf coming up here, or a new shoot even, new stem. So hopefully this will grow much bigger and continue to thrive and be a really full plant with all these lovely colourful leaves. And the fourth and final plant that I've got is this Aglaonema Red Valentine. So this one's only a small one, particularly compared to the other one. I'm practicing what I preach. If you've seen my previous video about how to grow your indoor jungle for less, if not, I'll link it at the end. But one of the tips is to buy small. So small plant, small price, and then you can help it grow to its full potential. So this one has lovely pink leaves, almost like the pink is the main colour of the leaf and then the green is the additional colour around the outside, so almost the opposite of the other Aglaonema that we've got. This has got maybe 4 or 5 leaves and it looks like there's a new one on the way in the middle. So it's only in a 6cm pot, so it might need potting up shortly, and hopefully this will grow just as well as the other and grow to as big, or if not bigger, than this one. This one was $5.99 for this small plant. Very much willing to pay that $5.99 for this to add it to the collection and then help it grow to its full potential. I hope you found this video interesting in seeing the plants that I've got in my most recent order, the varieties and the prices that I've paid. If you'd like to check out the video about how to grow your indoor jungle for less, I'll link it at the end, so watch that next. If you'd like to see more plant related content, please hit the subscribe button, as we'll have new videos every week, usually on a Sunday. As always, thank you for watching. Grow your well-being.